Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today's shirt, or night shirt is Mornings Are Not Fantastic, and we are doing our first vampire themed tea from Dark Alchemy Tea, which is sold by Vamp Fangs. Here's again the label. It's a lovely blue. And again, this is from vampfangs.com, and it's distributed by Vamp Fangs of Salem, Massachusetts. This one has cocoa nibs, rooibos tea, honeybush tea, peppermint, mini white chocolate chips, spearmint leaves, chicory, cinnamon, licorice, white chocolate flavor, and blue cornflowers. Usually you get chocolate and peppermint, but this is chocolate, peppermint, and spearmint. And I'm guessing it's probably be like again, not awake. The cocoa and the peppermint go well together, so they're probably putting the spearmint to complement the white chocolate, perhaps. But then you also have the other flavors as well. This is no caffeine tea, and you steep it at 212 degrees for 5 minutes. I don't have my electric tea kettle anymore, so I wouldn't be able to do that. Also, from what I found, I think the maximum on the electric tea kettle is like either 195 or 197. I don't remember. So using the tea kettle, you get whatever temperature it boils at. I forget. Like I said, I'm not awake this morning. Oh. Take some time to appreciate this logo. I'm adding them to my rotation. And no, it's not blue. That would be blue pea flower. If I can find some more tea with blue pea flowers, that would be nice. It's got that lovely reddish brown color that rooibos has. And probably some of it might be from the chicory. I don't know. It's going to be very complex tea. Already right up front, I'm smelling the spearmint and the spearmint and the peppermint fighting for each other, fighting for dominance. But the spearmint is winning. Yeah, spearmint and the white chocolate kind of pair together, and that's not unpleasant. I wouldn't have thought that I would like it. And the milk chocolate starts to come in with the peppermint a little bit more. And of course the rooibos is in the background holding it all together. Trying to see if I can pick out some of the other flavors. Maybe the licorice. Maybe a little bit. I'm getting something sweet that's not spearmint. That might be the honeybush. It's a very complex, very well-rounded tea. A lot of things going on in the cup. And it does make you feel warm and fuzzy. But yeah, it's got a little bit of a bite with the spearmint. It's nice for a morning like this morning. Yes, yesterday, it was a lazy day. I got up, fed Stitch, went back to sleep I stayed up for a little bit. Took a long nap, woke up. The water wasn't on. I thought, oh shoot, what did I do? Did they turn the water off? Did I do something wrong? They haven't billed me for the water yet. So I called the apartment complex. Well, by apartment complex, I mean the office that's in another town. And they explained that a water main was broken, and they were working on their end, and then the city would work to take care of the break. I waited. I checked the water a couple of times, and into around 5 after 6 o'clock. There still was no water, so I threw on my hoodie again, not thinking. Threw on my hoodie, didn't put on my coat. Threw on my hoodie, grabbed my purse, announced to the cat that I was going to go get us some water. Walked all the way to Quick Trip. From my apartment to St. Vinny's is a good 10-15 minute haul, depending on how fast I go. So I went the route I usually take to go to Quick Trip to avoid traffic. I went the route that I take to come home from the bus after they drop me off. So I took the long way around Pearl Street and up to Scott Street and then over. And that's an extra few minutes. So that is about 15-20 minutes probably. Just guessing because I'm short. And it was kind of cold outside. Bought a 24-pack of water. Paid for it. Picked it up and started. I struggled to get it out. I've tried carrying it by the plastic bit, the top of the wrapper, and that was starting to hurt my fingers a little bit. I was holding onto that and hitting the walk buttons, and finally a lady in a van pulls up and asked me if I could use a ride. She didn't know where my apartments were, but if I gave her directions, she would be fine with it. So I gave her the easy directions so we wouldn't have to go back across the one-way street to go on Scott Street, which is the front end of my apartment. Yeah, front end of the apartments are. So we went on the easy way. And she was like I said, she was very friendly. She didn't have to do that. She actually did, which was very nice. I might need to remember to add that to my positive things can. So I remember it for the end of the year. So that was a nice thing. Get home and wait for a little bit, take a shower around 7, and the water was running. So now I've got a 24-pack of water as a backup. So that was a good thing if I had. Now, the way things work for me, if I had not gotten the water, I probably wouldn't have had the water turned back on and we would have been in a bind. If I hadn't gotten it, we would have needed it. I got it and we didn't need it. So that's just the way shit goes, I guess. Things are weird for me. Anyway, back to the tea. But yes, the highlight was the water got back on. Probably about the time I was coming back from getting the water because they were still working on as I was trekking toward the Quick Trip. So yeah, again, dark alchemy tea, Vampurr. Yes, it gives you a nice warm fuzzy feeling with a bit of a bite, kind of like a vampire cat, but not as vicious. Would I recommend it? Yes. I'm not a big fan of spearmint, but it works well. It plays nicely with the other flavors going on in this tea, which is a very complex blend, and I really do like it. I would again, like I said, I would get this again. And again, this is on the Vamp Fangs site. If you look up Dark Alchemy Tea, it should take you directly to Vamp Fangs, or you can just go to Vamp Fangs and go into their menu and look for tea. Either way will get you where you want to go, and you will find this tea. And there are other flavors as well. I picked those 3 because I didn't have a lot of money to spend on tea, and wanted to get some things for the channel and for myself. Also, the way things are, and I'm not going to go into it because, yes, I'm trying to stay positive and give you guys a fun, safe place to go. Yeah, I'm not going crazy with the stuff. I'm not going, oh my gosh, and hoarding things. But when I can afford it, I get extra things. And I have plenty of tea in my tea stash. But I don't like to repeat teas and coffees if I don't have to. I have a few that I said could and few at the same time. We've all done that. I have a few that it's been a while I can revisit should I need to. But I would much rather not because that's the way my brain works. It's like, why would they want to see it again? But I have to remember, out of the subscribers I have left, which is 230 some, which is not bad, it's dropped off a bit. But just over a little over 7 years now that we've been a channel, that's still nothing to sneeze at. That's still pretty good. Having gone from 0 to what we currently have now. I'm hoping to get back on track with more darkly inclined geeky content, economy permitting, and you know me, I'm used to living on a shoestring budget, and sometimes I tie the shoestrings together. So we will keep going. I will keep having content, and hopefully some more of the gothlings will come back. Yes, you can see the bread in the back. I'm going to have tea with toast and jelly for breakfast. Anyway, hopefully some of the gothling will come back, some of the gothly inclined people. And if I've lost some people that like beer for reasons that I won't go into, then that's okay, because not all of us that drink beer and hard liquor and wine think the same way, and that's okay. I'd rather keep around the people that I have some things in common with, I guess. Although it's good to have differences as well. Diversity is good. But if you only want to complain, then that's okay. You can fly on to the next roost, next abode, next lair, and find your kind that you can commiserate with and complain if that's what you want to do. But here we try to keep it fun as much as possible. I do give it to you like it is. I try not to sugarcoat. If I'm having a rough time, I will share it with you because we've been around together for quite a while now, some of us, and it's just kind of weird if somebody puts on a happy face all the time and give the fake impression that everything's perfect, everything's la la la. And it's not. This is the real world, even though we kind of, here on YouTube, kind of have our own little thing going, kind of a fun thing. So, I am rambling. But yes, I'm glad you all stayed, and welcome to the new subscribers that have come. I have a couple from other countries, which is cool. At one point, I saw Australia on there, and I saw another country as well. And my brain goes, I don't forget to be mean. I forget because my brain is a squirrel cage, and sometimes the squirrel's asleep. So, again, wrapping it all back up. I'm all over the place. Vampurr tea, caffeine-free. It's a nice tea for a non-caffeinated, for a decaf tea. This is nice. It, like I said, it's complex. It is sweet. It's sweet and complex and warm. The spearmint gives it a little bit of a bite, but keeps it sweet. So it's sweet and spicy, kind of. And even if you don't like spearmint, like I said, I'm not a big fan of spearmint myself. Give this a try anyway. You will most likely like it. I won't say that you will, because I don't know that. But you might possibly like this. So give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can always give it to a friend of yours that is more into spearmint and vampires. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go before I ramble any longer. Again, if you like these rambly, waffly, all over the place videos that are various different contents, various different topics is what I mean, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, climb up in the belfry and hit the bell once. If you want notifications as to when this rambly old goofball is going to come up with something else different and slightly offbeat, climb up and hit the bell a second time. And as always, remember to drive responsibly, take turns driving the hearse, give the designated Dracula a turn. Remember your 100 SPF, even though it's still technically winter, and your large parasol, so the vampires don't turn into a pile of ash, because we want to see you in the next video, and the other vampires and cryptids and monsters don't want to have to sweep you up. That would be too sad. I love you guys. Bye now.